Hey, welcome to another edition of Seattle Mariners Organizational Report with Coach Mike Jones, the coach with the most, coming at you from coast to coast, live here in Puyallup, Washington. Yeah, episode 14, April 24th, 2022. What a night in Seattle sports last night, where the Mariners came back to win that game against Kansas City to win the series, our third series in a row we've won now. Today we go for the sweep with Robbie Ray on the mound. Robbie Ray is 2-1 with the .419, and the Kansas City Royals are countering with Carlos Hernandez, a 0-0 with the .729. And the Mariners are 9-6 in first place now, and Kansas City are 5-8. Okay, let's get to the report. Okay, down there in Modesto, California, the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes that are 8-6 beat Modesto Nuts 11-9. The Quakes had 11 runs, 12 hits, and 3 errors. Modesto's 5-9. We had 9 runs, 9 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher for the Quakes was Feliz. He's 1-0. And Jordan Jackson was a loser for the Nuts. He's 0-2. And Betancourt got his first save for the Quakes. Today's starting pitchers down in California, Modesto, are to be determined for both teams. Okay, let's get to the top performances from yesterday's game down there in Modesto. Okay, the second round Puerto Rican 18-year-old Edwin Arreo, he was 3 for 4 with 2 runs and 4 RBIs. He had 2 walks and a stolen base. Also, Joaquin Cabrera was 2 for 5 with a run, a RBI, a walk, and a stolen base. And Harry Ford, we're keeping track of him since he's a top prospect. He was 0 for 4 with the walk and a run he chipped in. But he's only batting .222 so far, so we hope he gets going. Okay, top pitching performances for the Nuts were Holden Law, pitched 2 1/3. He gave up 2 hits, no runs, and struck out 6. He's now got a .284 ERA. And then Raul Alcantara, that left-hander, he had 3 innings pitched, gave up 1 hit, no runs, and 4 Ks. Okay, on to the Everett Aquasox. They're in Funko Field and here in Everett, Washington. Today they're hosting the Tri-Cities Dust Devils. Tri-Cities is 7-6, and Everett is 5-8. Everett won that game 5-1. The Dust Devils had 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors. And Everett had 5 runs, 8 hits, and 2 errors. The winning pitcher for the Aquasox was Jim Joyce, is 1-1. The loser for the Dust Devils was King. He's now 1-1 also. Okay, top offensive performances in Everett yesterday was Charlie Welch is still going strong. 2 for 4 with 2 runs, an RBI, and his second home run. And also, Parker, 2 for 3 with a run, a RBI, a walk, a double, and a stolen base. And Darrell Gomez, 2 for 3 with a run, a RBI, and his third home run. And also, Alberto Rodriguez had chipped in with his first home run too. Top pitching performances for the Aquasox was Jim Joyce, 6 innings, gave up 3 hits, 1 run, and 6 strikeouts. Brian Paul, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, and 3 strikeouts for his first hold. Today's starting pitchers in Everett today are Elliott for the Aquasox. He's 0-0 with a 3.0 ERA. And the Dust Devil is countering with Mondock, 0-0 with no ERA yet. Okay, on to Arkansas. The 8-6 Arkansas Travelers are down in Corpus Christi, Texas to play the Hooks. The Hooks are now 5-9. We lost that game yesterday, a 1-run game. Arkansas had 6 runs, 10 hits, and an error. The Hooks had 7 runs, 9 hits, and an error. Sprinkle was the winning pitcher for the Hooks. He's now 1-0. Dave Ellington lost for the Travelers. He's 0-1. Today's starting pitchers down there in Corpus Christi, Texas are Connor Jones is 0-0 with a .470 for the Arkansas. And Corpus Christi's countering with Tamarez, 0-0 with the .284. The top performances yesterday in Texas were Jack Larson, 2 for 4 with the run, a RBI and a walk. And third rounder Caden Poklovich was 2 for 3 with 2 runs, a RBI, a walk, and 2 stolen bases. And also the local product here out of Kirkland, Washington, he also went to Pierce College and he got drafted out of Auburn, Matt Scheffler, the catcher. He went 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs. And I went to Pierce College before too, so I'm proud of that somebody like Matt Scheffler did too. So wish him all the luck in the world. Okay, on to the Tacoma Rainiers. Okay, the Tacoma Rainiers are at home in Cheneystadium again today. And we're 5-12. They're struggling this year so far. We lost a close one yesterday we're hosting the Sugarland Space Cowboys. The Space Cowboys are 7-10. They won that game 4-2 last night. Space Cowboys with 4 runs, 7 hits and an error. And the Rainiers had 2 runs, 5 hits and no errors. Winning pitcher was Solomon for the Space Cowboys. He's 1-1. Townsend was the loser for the Rainiers. He's 0-1. And James had his 3rd save for the Space Cowboys. Today's pitchers in Cheneystadium are to be determined. Okay, the top offensive performances for the Rainiers yesterday was Sam Haggerty, 1 for 3 with the run, a RBI, a walk, and his 2nd home run. Eric Mejia, 1 for 3 with a run, a walk, a double, and his 6th stolen base. Okay, also Joe Odom. Man, he's impressive. He's a former first-round pick. He's 30 years old. He was picked 12th overall in 2017 for the Mariners. He was 1 for 4 and even had a stolen base for being a big catcher. That's impressive. Along with last week, he hit 4 home runs in 5 days. So we're hoping if Raleigh don't pick it up that maybe Odom will get another chance at the Mariners since he got to play last year. Okay, now also for the Rainiers, 3rd rounder from Gonzaga, Wyatt Mills. Man, he's a big right-hander, 6'4", 27-year-old. He had 2 1/3 innings with no hits, no runs, a K, and he's now got a 1.93 ERA down there in Tacoma. And also the left-hander Danny Young was 1 inning, no hits, no runs, and a strikeout. Now on to the Mariners. Man, what a game. The Mariners won that game 7-13. The Kansas City had 7 runs, 10 hits, and no errors. The Mariners had 13 runs, 16 hits, and 2 errors. Man, our batting averages went up like 50 points in the last 10 days. We're now 11th in the majors at a .237 batting average. That's one of the highest they've had in years. That probably ever since Edgar Martinez was the hitting coach. And we're 3rd in on base with a .339 on base percentage, since it helps that we're leading the league in walks. And then our pitching is even impressive too. We're 7th in the majors in ERA with a .302. Okay, yesterday's game, Matt Brash started that game. He had sort of a rough outing. He only went 4 1/3 inning, gave up 5 hits, 3 runs, 4 walks, and 2 strikeouts. He did have 14 out of 22 first pitch strikes, so that was pretty clutch. And his 2 strikeouts were in clutch moments too. When they had men in scoring position, he struck them out both times to end the innings. Now, Matt Brash is now 1-1 with a .420. He got no decision yesterday. And the winning pitcher yesterday was Diego Castillo, is now 1-0 with a .257, and the loser for the Royals was Burns. He's now 0-3. Okay, what else happened yesterday? Man, it was the Ty France show yesterday. Ty France got his first 5-hit game, and it's the first 5-hit game since D. Gordon in 2018. Also, other impressive things that the Mariners have done this year were 10 for 11 in stolen bases. Along with, we have 15 double plays turned. We're tied for 4th. And then J-Rod, he's hitting 7 of the last 9 games. Man, that's impressive. And he's had two hit games in a row. So it looks like he's starting to roll. And man, his plate discipline is very impressive. he helped get the lead there in the 7th inning when he took a walk to take the lead with the bases loaded. Okay, and then also J-Rod's 5 for 5 in stolen bases. Okay, let's see what else happened yesterday. Top performances. Ty France, 5 for 6 with 3 runs, 5 RBIs. And he also had his 4th home run to pad the lead there in the bottom of the 7th when we scored a touchdown in the 7th to take the lead in that football game 13-7. And yeah, it was impressive in the bottom of the 7th there. First batter, Suarez gets a single. Toro takes a walk. Tom Murphy takes a walk. Then J-Rod's up. Bases loaded. He takes a walk with a close pitch that has been getting called for a strike, but they called it right, let him walk. He got the walk in the run. And then France ended up getting a 3-run home that inning too. Oh, don't forget, jessewinker came up against a lefty before that and got a 2-run double off a lefty. He had a great day too, and it was nice since he didn't get to start since a lefty started, but he still got to bat against a lefty and still came through. Okay, who else? J.P. Crawford batted 3rd for the first time he could remember. He said maybe in high school, but he can't remember the last time he's batted 3rd. He went 2 for 5 with a run and 2 RBIs and a walk, and he got his 2nd home run. Okay, Suarez, 2 for 3. With a walk, an RBI, 2 walks, and a run and an RBI. And then Tom Murphy batting .421 still. Hey, if you ask me, he's won the job, and he should be starting at catcher full time. But, you know, hey, I guess Raleigh's catching today, and hopefully Raleigh can pick it up. He's only batting .111. So if it was up to me, I would have Murphy in there every day and only have Tom in there, or Cal in there when Tom needed a break. But other than that, yeah, Murphy was 2 for 4 with 2 runs and a walk. And Murphy had a double too. And then J-Rod, 2 for 4 with 2 runs, a RBI and a walk, and he had a double and his 5th stolen base. Kelnick, 1 for 5 with a walk, a RBI, and he had another stolen base too for his 3rd stolen base so far. And then, of course, Winker came off the bench, was 1 for 1 with the run, 2 RBI double, and a walk. So that's impressive. And in pitching, let's see who had the best performances yesterday. Swanson had 1 inning, no hits, no runs, 2 strikeouts in his first hold. Castillo, 1 inning, no hits, no runs, no strikeouts, and Cook closed the door at the end with 1 inning, no hits, no runs, and 1 strikeout to finish that game. Okay, also, man, it's like the most exciting time in Mariners history, and I've been a fan ever since day 1 when Diego Segui threw out that first pitch, and I came up with my top 10 most memorable, funnest memories of the Mariners all time so far. The first one was, of course, Diego Segui's first pitch in the Kingdome in 1977. The second most memorable moment in Mariners history, Ken Griffey Jr. coming to the majors and hitting his first home run in his first at-bat in the Kingdome. Then the third one was him and his dad hitting a home run in the same game. The fourth most memorable moment in Mariners history when we became 500 for the first time. The fifth most memorable moment was Edgar's double to take us to the playoffs. The sixth most memorable moment was Randy Johnson, just everything he did. Him pitching extra in the playoffs there to help us capitalize. His no-hitters, him filling up the Kingdome basically every time he pitched. You know, the King was great, but the King was not filling up the stadium every time he pitched like Randy was. Okay, and then the seventh most memorable moment in Mariners history was Mike Cameron's 4 home runs in a game. The eighth most memorable moment was Chris Bosio's no-hitter. The 9th most memorable moment was King Felix's perfect game. And then the 10th most memorable moment was right now with the youth and the momentum we got. And then we're in first place now, and we're going to ride it all the way through and sweep the series today because go Mariners!